opening statement, and then we'll do questions for the players.
Sure. I thought it was one hell of a game. I think that was just like, I think if you had to think about the game in one word, it was battle. I think from start to finish, we knew Princeton would bring their A game. This is a nationally televised game. They got a lot of honor, and they're defending a lot. They also didn't want to have a losing streak going into the Ivy League play. But I was really proud of our girls for how we responded in the second half. Our third quarter start was great, and that's Columbia basketball, But this is a team that's going to throw punches at you, and you just got to be ready to throw them back. So really proud of our second half.
What was the halftime speech?
You guys know.
No.
We kind of thought you'd react, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to, adjust as the game's going, but we need a little extra,
Coach G love.
Yeah, Coach G
That's what
love.
that was.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
Coach G love. That's what we needed.
Yeah, it works every time. So
She told us what we needed to hear.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the first half that you guys didn't play poorly. It seemed there were nerves and like traveling calls, things that weren't like bad. You played last year and it was like by half the game was over in the first time, whereas you were only down like 6 or 7 at the half. I mean, was there sort of, despite a Coach G type speech, you're like, okay, this isn't like we're getting killed here. We're just doing things to shoot ourselves in the foot.
Wait, sorry.
Was it like more you guys doing things to shoot yourselves in the foot in the first
Yeah,
half,
yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to like they were doing things we couldn't?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we always tell ourselves. I mean, it's us versus us out there. We're the only ones who can stop ourselves. So, yeah, I think you answered that.
I also think too, like for just this is a daunting win. Like this is a win that we had to go and get. They were not going to give it to us. It was not going to be easy. They were going to fight like their lives depended on it, and that's what they did. And for us, you got to realize like this is a big time March Madness game. Like this is a game you'll see in the NCAA tournament, right? This kind of a battle and an effort. So we got to get the monkey off our back. We haven't won in 27 games and we played them, right? Somebody said that. I think Christy Thomas told me that. I was like, what? That's when I was playing. I beat them here, and I told them that. And this is their turn. This is how they start our winning streak at Javelin.
Abby, you hit a 3 late in the first half. It seemed like it kind of got you into the flow of the offense more. You just take me through that moment and, how much you think that contributed to the rest of your offensive game.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the ball go through the basket always feels good, but to me it was like hearing our crowd in another team's gym like roar. I hear our bench, I hear my teammates pumping me up, like that gives me energy. So I mean, it felt good.
I was curious from both of you. Just it was a real good traveling crowd, obviously for you guys. Are you just not surprised about that at this point? To see your folks come to where you're playing.
Best fans in Ivy League.
Not at all. Not surprised, but definitely just as grateful as the first time they showed up for us. So, it's great to have a fan base like this. We've been building this fan base. I mean, Coach G has done a great job at making sure that our team is out there and that we have a community. And so it's just an awesome sight to see, when we get to go to the orange gym and see a wave of blue. So
yeah. And just for both of you guys, Coach G talked about like her mentality coming in and what she was trying to impart to you guys. How did you guys kind of manage the emotions of, it's a big game, you don't want to put too much pressure on yourselves. Like, what was your mentality coming into today, getting those warm-up shots up? Like, how did you approach all of that?
I mean, obviously it's Princeton, it's a huge game, they're a great team, but we also try to, focus on us and, focus on our game plan, because whatever her game plan is, it's going to work. If we stray away from that, I mean, it's getting away from the game plan.
And I would say for sure, just like she said, Coach G's game plan, and then she's purposely prepared us for this moment through our non-conference season as well. Like we played Iowa State. Iowa State. We played some big teams, and we've been working towards this moment, and then knowing that this isn't just the only one. Like we have another game, we have the Ivy tournament, and then we have NCAA tournament. So Coach G's done a great job preparing us for these moments.
And then just want to ask you guys both about, the rebounding effort and also just kind of loose balls. It felt like Kitty in particular was first to a lot of those balls, and then Kaitlyn, you led the team with 13 boards. Can you just talk about what was, driving you guys? Obviously a big game, but how do you think you had that success on pretty much most of those loose balls?
It was Coach G's game plan.
Don't credit
I'm telling
me.
you,
They played the
no, but
game.
I'm telling you, this is her game plan. Like
Uh,
she said, if we get these 50-50 balls and O boards like rebounds count as well, like it's a 50-50 ball in the air, that we're gonna win this game. And I think that a big part of that is also just us playing for each other and putting all of our effort into those moments. Like those are the little moments that make the difference between an overtime loss and overtime win.
Abby, Coach talked about this as like an NCAA tournament game, and it is, and specifically, this is a low-scoring game. This is not the way Columbia basketball typically operates. You guys are averaging, I think, 82 a game. How meaningful is it to win a game like this? How significant is it to know that you can win a game this way, and how much do you think that's going to help you in March?
Yeah, I mean it's a big confidence booster. It's like I said, this is a great team, but keep trying to remind my team and coach kind of reminding us like we're not satisfied yet. This is just one down. We're playing them again, possibly 2 more times. So we still got a job to finish. So.
I mean, I've been around this program for a long time, and that's easy to say. Obviously, focus on the next game and one win, but this is a monkey off the back of the program. I mean, they've been the champs for a while. You're gonna have to be back here most likely in 2 months to play in the tournament. Maybe you see me, maybe you don't. How big is it to get a win over the team that's been the dominant force in this league for so many years in your guys' career here?
It's huge. I mean, I feel like we're proving to ourselves that all the work's paying off, and we're setting the tone and presence in the league. Like we're here.
Kaitlyn, the last few seconds tick down, you guys have won. Just take me through what's going through your mind. Who are you looking to run to hard? Like what was that moment like for you?
I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie, no. It was just like for me, like this wasn't the easiest game, like especially for me, like mentally, but like my teammates were there for me like every step of the way to pick me up, and so like just at the end, that's just kind of like what I was thinking about, just my teammates and how they were there for me and how I need to be there for them as well.
Yeah, the same question for you.
I mean, yeah, same thing. I mean, going through my head, I was just like, I'm not playing for myself right now. I'm playing for Jada to my left, Katie to my right. Like, I can't let them down. Kind of same thing. Coach believes in us. She has us on the floor right now. Like, I'm not letting her down. That's kind of like going through your head. And then, yeah,
Obviously, a lot of big moments on both sides of this game. Is there a moment or two that in the blur of everything that just happened? Is there anything that sticks out to you guys as like that was a turning point, or that was a really fun moment for us, or what do you think you're gonna remember?
I remember when Jada took that charge. That got us like that gave us like another wave of energy. That's the first one that comes to mind. But there was a lot of moments in this game.
Maybe your third quarter 10-0, because then
That was my favorite.
it was a
Yeah.
brand,
Yeah.
it was a brand new
That
ball
was
game
mine
at the
when
end of
she had to
that.
call a timeout. Yes.
2-minute drill.
2-minute drill. That's what this team does. This team can score more points in 2 minutes than any team I've ever coached.
And then just going back to Kitty for a second, when she's like, getting balls in between 3 Princeton defenders, Howard and I were talking, I think that happened like 4 times. How much confidence does that give you to just see her, coming up with things and controlling the offense out of that?
It's an energy booster. I mean, looking at Kitty play, you're just like, I want to play hard for that kid. I mean, she's a great teammate. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it also just points us to like the future of this program as well. Kitty's only a sophomore, and so to see her step up in the way that she has, even just like this past year, she came in being great, and then this past year she's taken an even further step in being a leader for this team. And we all believe in her, and so those type of moments really boost our team's energy.
Your next game, fortunately, because of the way geographically the schedule works, and now it's right around the corner because it's a 4 o'clock game. It's
I
not.
think we're at 5, right?
5.
Yeah,
Five,
Yes.
I'll be-
Yes.
yeah, they're
You're
4.
trying to move us up now. That's okay. I don't
know
get
many
home,
games
so it's
I
okay.
caught
Yeah.
that.
I'll play 4. Yeah.
So I'm just making sure that
Yeah.
the win gives you all the adrenaline to overcome the exhaustion of this, maybe.
No, they're trained for this, like Abby and Kitty played 45 minutes tonight, and like there was no doubt in my mind I was going to take any of them off the court unless they needed it. And we've got some great contributors like Paige Lauder, Perry Page. You can go down the list, even Carly Rivera, a trusted point guard that we could have thrown in there. But when I look at my team, like we've been training for this like since they got here. It's like Abby doesn't get tired, Kitty doesn't get tired, right? I know Carlos says the same thing about Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn Chen doesn't get tired,
Mhm.
right? So those kids, like, I'm gonna ride them because they've earned this. They've earned this opportunity to be on this court and win this game. So I'm just proud that they finished it the way they did.
Coach, just to that point, what does it say that Tiddy has earned that kind of trust from you as a sophomore? You know, somebody who's done it so quickly in this program.
Yeah. It's well, somebody once told me and told our team, like, who do you think coach's favorites are? Right? The kid that plays the hardest, right? So, like, to me, you know, like I always say, these two and Kitty, like, they're some of my favorite players. They just play hard all the time. Good, bad, ugly. They just play hard every minute. And Kitty in particular, she plays every minute the same. So she's making the same plays in the first minute of the game and as in the 45th minute of the game. And that's why she's so good, because she doesn't go away. They said it, our program's in great hands with her, but the best part about her is they make her better. And our team truly has found a way to commit to playing for one another, and that's what I'm most proud about when I look at them.
Thank you.
Prince is waiting, so.
Oh.
They can wait. Yeah. I'm just kidding.